Hey guys, if you've ever wanted to learn faster, I'm talking way faster, or if you're tired of cramming for tests and just not getting good results, this video is for you. I'm going to walk you through all of the most important tips, tricks, and proven methods, backed by the best studies available, to help you learn faster than ever. Let's get started. But first, we need to pick up some stuff from the store. Most people don't realize a ton of what changes learning starts before you ever study. For this video, we're going to focus on factors about the individual who is learning and their capacities. And it all starts with this tiny desk. Imagine that your brain is this tiny desk. Most people's brains can hold 3 to 4 pieces of information at a time. But if you go too fast, most of it won't stick. This is called cognitive load, which is just a fancy way of saying how many things your brain has to keep track of. To learn new stuff, you need space in your memory to process it. But when that space is full, you end up losing some of the pieces. Different people have different amounts of working memory, which means some people can handle more new information and some people can handle less, kind of like having a bigger or a smaller desk to work with. But either way, if you add too much all at once, you won't learn as well. But there's a cool way around this. To fix this, we'll need to reduce cognitive load. The trick is to put just enough pieces on the desk at a time. Not too many, not too few. For example, we can break big topics into smaller chunks, spread material over time, and keep a steady pace. We can also organize lessons to start out simple before moving on to the complicated stuff. Next, using clear examples and demonstrations helps too. This way, we can prevent overload. Now, working memory, or someone's cognitive load capacity, varies person to person. One study even suggests that it can account for up to 45% of the difference when learning new words. Next up, we'll be looking at prior knowledge. Prior knowledge means the stuff you already know. It turns out, the more you know, the easier it is to learn more. Think of it like these cute little blocks. The wider the base is, the more places we have to put new blocks. So, more blocks means more places to put new ones. This makes sense. The more stuff we know, the easier it is to learn more, because we have more things to relate new information to. But there's a big problem. Sometimes the information we have might not be accurate. When the things we learned before aren't quite right, the correct stuff has a harder time finding a place to connect. So knowing a lot of stuff can be good or a bad thing. But usually, prior knowledge helps you learn better. Studies show prior knowledge had an effect size of negative 0.69 to positive 0.62 standard deviations. But wait, what the heck is a standard deviation? Standard deviation is a way to measure how far away your result is from the average. First, find how far away everybody got from the average. Square each number, find the average of these new numbers, then finally get the square root to find your result. Okay, great. Now that we know what the standard deviation is, you'll know what I'm talking about when I use it throughout the video. By using standard deviation, we'll be able to measure how big of an effect each of these factors actually has on your learning. For a more detailed look at standard deviation, I've included a link to a helpful video in the description below. Awesome, let's keep going. Sleep, diet, and exercise are super important for learning. Here are some neat facts. Studies show that not getting enough sleep is one of the quickest ways to ruin your memory. Missing sleep before learning actually makes it way harder to learn and remember what you study. The same thing happens if you don't get enough sleep after learning. This means that getting enough sleep is one of the easiest ways to learn and remember stuff better. There's even a study that shows napping helps. A quick 20-minute nap or quiet rest can help refresh your brain before a test or study session. Jumping over to exercise, did you know that exercising even once can help you learn? Studies show that even in healthy people, exercise helps learning and reaction time, with an effect size of about 0.13. People who exercise over the long term might see even bigger benefits. One study even notes an effect size of 0.45. More recent studies don't quite reach a 0.45 mark, but still show that exercise helps. How does diet affect learning? Let's have a look. Everybody knows it's important to eat healthy, right?
That's what my mom is always saying. I just never actually believed her.
A proper diet is super helpful to fuel and supply your body. A good mix of fruits, veggies, protein, and other whole foods is the perfect way to fuel your body and your brain.
Work out, plenty of rest, eat your green vegetables.
Let me share a super easy hack to help you score higher on a test. Are you ready for it? Okay, here it is. Just eat a snack. See, our bodies use sugar to make energy. One study found that people who eat a sugary snack before a test improve their scores by around 0.56 deviations. This works because your body uses up energy fast, and special sugars like carbs and glucose are the fastest ways to refuel your energy, so that your brain and your body are sharp during a test. Distractions are everywhere, but if you want to level up your learning, you've got to turn them off. Do you remember how we talked about cognitive load? The problem with distractions and even multitasking is that it divides your cognitive resources, which is fancy talk, but it means distractions steal your brain power away from whatever you're trying to study. Researchers found that using things like cell phones or social media during class lower performance by an average of 11%, and in certain cases, up to 40%. Distractions lower test scores, your memory, your reading comprehension, and everything else. And that's not even the worst part. Most students underestimate the bad effects of distractions and overestimate how well they can multitask, making it even harder to fix the problem when they don't even know it exists. Even background noise, especially intelligible speech, can steal your attention. One study that we'll look at later shows that loud noises can drop scores by about 0.46 deviations. Younger children have an even harder time because their ability for filtering distractions is still developing. The lesson from all this is that you have to maintain attention and focus. I'm about to save you a ton of time and study because here are 3 pro tips. First, put your phone away, on silent, or out of reach. Get rid of distractions before they happen. Choose interesting material when possible. Second, wear some earmuffs or earplugs. You can't always control the noise around you, but you can limit how much gets into your ears. Third, set a timer to stay on task. Tell yourself you won't stop until the timer is done, but reward yourself after. Try 30 minutes to start out with. Fourth, make sure to like and subscribe so that you never miss out on learning gains and tips. It also really helps this content reach the people who need it. Let's talk about motivation. Motivation makes a huge difference. Motivated students work longer and harder. They push through challenges and try more strategies. The studies are pretty clear on this. In multiple studies across different cultures, students with stronger internal motivation for learning tend to achieve higher grades. External motivation can also boost performance to a degree. Another huge part of personal motivation is self-efficacy. But what the heck does that even mean? Don't worry, that's just fancy schmancy talk, but it means believing in yourself. No joke, this isn't just some nice words you'd see on a cat poster. Students who believe in themselves perform way better than students who don't. A big review of multiple studies even concluded that students' own expectations for success are one of the strongest predictors for actual achievement. I'm talking higher grades, better test scores, higher GPAs, even better performance in sports. So in English, that means motivation and confidence make you win, which makes you more motivated and confident, which makes you win even more. It's like a self-fulfilling cycle of success. Students who believe they can learn better. Those who believe they can't, learn worse. For students and teachers, you should try relating what you learn to students' interests and goals, and by showing students that they are capable and progressing. Very cool. Now, let's move on to self-regulated learning and metacognition. But what even is that? Did I leave the stove on?
Time to call in the special forces.
Whew, that was a close one. All right, let's look at metacognition. That's just a big word that means thinking about thinking, or in our case, learning how to learn. It turns out people who are taught how to learn faster than people who haven't been taught how to learn. Learning techniques like goal setting, self-monitoring, and strategy use help students learn way faster and often mean you can teach yourself new things even if you don't have a teacher. Studies show an effect size around 0.65 to 0.69 on academic outcomes. Other key aspects of self-regulated learning include teaching students to evaluate their understanding, seek feedback, and when and how to adjust their strategies. By cultivating self-regulated learning skills, we enable learners to continue improving, even when studying independently. Some of you might be thinking, what about mental disorders? Those are factors that have to do with the individual. How do they affect learning? And the truth is, it's different in each case. Sometimes it can be an extra struggle. Sometimes people find it makes them more interested in or skilled at certain subjects. I want to repeat something we talked about earlier, which is that when people believe in themselves, they do better. Often, a bit more time, consistency, and dedicated effort is enough to close the gaps. So believe in yourself. You're capable of doing amazing things. Thanks for sticking around to the end. Now it's time for the good stuff. Here's a cheat sheet with each factor, its effect size, and tips to take advantage of this new knowledge so you can level up your learning. I'll have it on screen for about 5 to 8 seconds so you can screenshot it or take some notes. Have a great day. For the last 3 years, I've been working on the coolest language learning app. If you want to see how I've incorporated these techniques into it, I'd be thrilled for you to check it out. There's also a brand new 30-day fluency challenge where you can level up your fluency in only 30 days. It's completely free to get started, so if you're ready to learn a super awesome new language, click the link in the description. Thanks for watching.